So we are doing the usage of a potentiometer, and the first case is determination of EMF of a cell. So we draw a circuit diagram. How can we find the EMF of an unknown cell? So for that, the diagram will come like this. Here I draw like this. This is the battery. Battery consists of more than one cell. With a key, you can draw a key over here. Key, and this key always to be kept on. And here is a potentiometer wire. There will be wire EB. Length of this wire is not necessary to be 1 meter. It can have any length, but meter bridge, the length of the wire has to be 1 meter only, exactly 1 meter. And here we'll be showing like this. And here we will have a cell with a galvanometer. And the jockey will be there, which will be sliding over the wire. This balancing length for which the galvanometer gives null deflection is L. Let us suppose this is called battery, or this is called driver cell. This is called driver cell. This will be having bigger EMF, right? B there, and this one will be standard cell whose EMF we have to determine. Standard cell whose EMF we have to find, E. Let us take the length of the entire wire, BL. Length of this wire be capital L. The capital L value can be anything. Can be 1 meter, 2 meter, 3, 10 meter, any length it can have. Okay. You can write here when galvanometer gives null deflection. When galvanometer gives null deflection, when galvanometer gives null deflection, what does it ensure? It ensures that the current is steady through the wire. That means potential gradient will be equal. And potential gradient means voltage upon length ratio, V by L ratio. I'll write the ratios. What is the voltage out here? The voltage is B. I have written as B. That B is for B. What is the length? The length is L, capital L. So we write L, capital L. This is the potential gradient of the entire wire. And what is the potential gradient of this length of the wire? The length is L. What is the potential gradient of that? E by L. So I'll write this value, E divided by L. That is it. Now the value of E will make E the subject of formula. The value of E will become B by capital L into small l. So this is the formula of finding the EMF of the cell. So this is the derivation, or rather the formula of finding the EMF of the cell. One simple example is, suppose the B value, numerical value of B is suppose 6 volt. And this balancing, this entire length from A, B length is, say for example, I guess 1 meter. Let us take 1 meter, that is 100 centimeter. And this length recorded is 40. How can we find the value of E? We can make the ratio equal 6 divided by 100 is equal to E divided by 40. We can do that. And now we'll calculate the answer. 0, 0 will go. 6 for the 24 by 10, that means 2.4 volt is the value of EMF. So unknown EMF will come out. The principle is very simple and very accurate, because we are not drawing, because this galvanometer gives zero deflection, that is, we are not drawing any current from this cell, and yet we are finding the EMF of the cell. Okay, now second application now, right? Number 2, comparison of EMFs of two cells. Comparison of EMF of two cells. Comparison of EMF of two cells. That is the second heading. Comparison of EMF of two cells. Sometimes question will ask you just draw the diagram. So we will only draw the circuit diagram. We will not show any calculation. Sometimes question may come, just write down the equation, or you can write down the expression to determine the EMF. We just write down the expression without doing any calculation. Usually they ask circuit diagram. Okay. Now what we will do, we will be having two cells here like this. One cell here, one cell we will have out here with the two keys like this, one here, like this, two keys. Galvanometer here. This cell's EMF is E1, this cell's EMF is E2, this key is K1, this K is K2, like this. We are having two cells. This key always to be kept on, this one. This upper key is always to be kept on. Dot means, the kept on, that means this K is closed. That means the current will always be allowed to flow through this source. Okay. Now here what we will do, one by one we'll put this key on. That is K1 will keep closed, that means on, and K2 will keep it open, that means off. We can write here first, when K1 is closed and K2 is open, when K1 is closed and K2 is open, that means we are balancing this cell and we are not balancing this cell. That means let us write on the ratio, we write B divided by L, potential gradient of the whole wire with this voltage, B divided by L. This side I write here E1 by this length, suppose first length is L1, so I write here L1 here, L1. Mark this is equation 1. We are moving the jockey on the wire and getting null deflection. The balancing length is L1. Balancing length means only the length for which the galvanometer gives null deflection. Now second case we write here, when K2 is closed and K1 is open. When K2, this key is closed and this is open, that is this one is put on and this one is put off. Again, we'll take the potential gradient of this side. This side we have not made any changes, so this side will remain the same, right? B by L as it is. This time we are balancing E2, right? E2 divided by L2. Maybe the new balancing length we can show by dotted line. New balancing length can be lesser than L1 or can be even more than that. I'll show this is lesser than that. Like dotted line, I'll show here. Dotted line somewhere here. Jockey's new position is here. The new length is L2. Jockey has shifted on the left side, this side. J, new position of J is over here, J dash, and the new balancing length is L2. Mark this as the equation number 2. We look at the left hand side, B by L, they are equal, so right hand side will be equal. So therefore, we will be writing like this. Therefore, we write E1 by L1 is equal to E2 by L2, or we can write E1 by E2 is equal to L1 by L2. This equation we will write. This is how we compare, that is, this is how we can find the ratio of two EMFs. E1 by E2 is equal to L1 by L2. If the two lengths are equal, I'm sure L1 and L2 are equal, both the cases now we find the balancing length is the same, then EMF also will be equal, E1 will be equal to E2. If L1 is less than L2, then EMF E1 will be less, and they are directly proportional in that case. So this is how we can compare the EMF of two cells. We can find out which cell is having greater EMF, which cell is having a smaller EMF. So this circuit and this result, E1 by E2 is equal to L1 by L2. Okay, this case is there in the syllabus, but not very important. Okay, the case which we are going to do now is the most important case. So please write case 3 now, third one, right? Determination of internal resistance of a cell. Determination of internal resistance of a cell. Give the heading, third application of third use is determination of internal resistance R of a cell. Okay, for this I'll show you the figure, I mean circuit diagram. For this, the circuit diagram will come like this. Somewhat like this one only, which I did just now. And now we will be having a cell here, and down there will go resistance with a key here. Galvanometer and a jockey like this. This is EMF E, this is R, this is K1. Key is K1. This key is K, which is always kept closed. Okay. And the total length of the wire is L, capital L. This total length of the wire is capital L. Okay. If you're ready, I'll tell you now. This K1 is kept open. Write down when K1 is open. When K1 is open. When K1 is open, that means practically we are not drawing any current from this cell. The terminal voltage, this will be called EMF of the cell. So I'll be writing here B divided by capital L. This B divided by L equal to EMF E divided by the length. Suppose the initial length, balancing length is L1. I write here L1. Equation 1. Second case we write when K2 is closed. When K2 is closed. This is the definition of EMF of a cell. You know what is called EMF? The potential difference between the terminals of a cell. Well, key is open. That means when no current is drawn from it. When this key is open, so we are balancing this voltage by this length L1. Now when K1 is closed, now we are closing it. When you put a dot here, that is gets closed. When K1 is closed, we write in one dot here. When K1 is closed, then we write this side will remain the same, right? B by L. Here when the cell gives current, that time the potential difference between the terminals of cell is called terminal voltage. That is, terminal voltage will give the balancing length. Now write V, and this will be L2. And this L2 will be always smaller than V, because terminal voltage in this case will be less than the EMF. It means your terminal, the new length will be somewhere closer now, like this. This is J dash. I'll mark the new balancing length as L2 here. Equation 2. Left hand side is equal, I'll make right hand side equal. So therefore we'll write like this. Therefore, E by L1 is equal to V by L2. Or I'll write E by V is equal to L1 by L2. Let us continue here, right? E by V is equal to, here we have L1 by L2, no? Now, what I will do, I'll put -1 on both sides, -1, both the sides, I'll subtract 1 from both the sides. There is an advantage for it. We'll do -1 on both the sides. I'll tell you what is the advantage of it. Take LCM of the left hand side, V. Here I'll add E minus V. Here also you can take LCM L2. Here it will become L1 minus L2. Do you know the formula that V is equal to, we have the formula E minus IR, terminal voltage and EMF of the cell. The relationship is like this. V is equal to E minus IR. Therefore, E minus V will be equal to IR. E minus V will be equal to I and small r. And capital V means external voltage or terminal voltage, I into capital R. I across this one, voltage across this resistance, IR. Here I'll write L1 minus L2 by L2. I and I cancel, make small r the subject of formula, you get the answer L1 minus L2 divided by L2 into R. This is the formula of finding the internal resistance of the cell. This is the only instrument or whatever you say, is the only circuit which is used to determine the internal resistance of a cell. Name an instrument which is used to measure the internal resistance of a cell. The answer is potentiometer. And this is the working formula. Probably derivations, they will not ask, they will ask you to draw the circuit diagram and write down the formula of determining the internal resistance of the cell. So the internal resistance of cell formula is this. R is equal to small r is equal to L1 minus L2 by L2. into R. This L1 is bigger. That's why it is happening L1 minus A2. Bigger length minus the smaller length. New length, when the key is closed, the new length will be, because terminal voltage is less than the EMF. The new voltage will be less than the, new balancing length will be the less than the initial one. Balancing length will be less than before. And then we will be finding the internal resistance of the cell. Hope you understood it. Yes. Hello. So the theory part is, yeah, thank you. The theory part is over. Now we'll be doing some numerical problems. Okay. Please write question of doing numericals. Okay, right. In the following circuit diagram, comma, what is the reading? What is the reading in the voltmeter? What is the reading in the voltmeter if BC is equal to, capital BC is equal to 70 centimeters. BC is equal to 70 centimeters. Question mark. Which terminal of voltmeter is positive? Which terminal of voltmeter is positive? Okay. We have given a diagram here, circuit diagram given here like this. This is A, this is B, this is 3 volt given. Okay. And the length BC is given 70 centimeter. This is given 70. This length is given 70 centimeter. And the total length of the wire AB is given 100 centimeter. This length, total length is given 100 centimeter. The potentiometer wire length is given 100. Full length is 100. So we'll do it in a very simple way. We'll make the potential gradient value equal. What is the potential gradient of the entire wire? That will be 3 divided by 100. Right, like this. 3 by 100 is equal to this voltage across this. This is terminal voltage V by 70. This V, for this voltage, what is the length here? 70. The right 70 and answer. This and this will go. The value of V is coming 21 by 10. That is 2.1 volt. Finished. And now they are asking which terminal is positive. Which terminal of the voltmeter? This is positive side, so this side will be positive. This is negative, so this side will be negative. You can say left terminal. Answer. The left terminal of the voltmeter is positive. The left terminal of the voltmeter is positive. Okay. Now next question. Right. A potentiometer has a wire of length 100 centimeters and a resistance of 4 ohm If the balancing length when capital R is equal to 5 ohm, is 40 centimeters. Yes. From where? from where? Okay, 4 ohm. Resistance of 4 ohm. After this, right? If the balancing length when R equal to 5 ohm is 40 centimeter. Capital R is equal to 40 centimeter. R is equal to 5 ohm is 40 centimeter. Find the EMF of the of the cell. Find the EMF of the cell. Okay, here is a draw diagram here. Already a circuit is given to you. This is AB. This is 40 centimeter. This wire they have given like this. 5 ohm, 100 centimeter given. And this is given 6 volt. That is given 6 volt. Okay, here is a diagram given. And they are asking you find the value of the EMF of this cell. EMF of this cell we have to find EMF. We'll do it in a simple way. We'll make the potential gradient equal. Potential gradient is voltage upon length ratio equal. What is the value of voltage here? 6 upon. What is the length? This 6 volt is connected across which length of the wire? So, out here if you see the length of the wire is 100 centimeter. This was given 4 ohm. I made a mistake. This is 4 ohm, 100 centimeter. 4 ohm. No, the resistance of the full wire is 4 ohm. But this 6 volt is also connected across this also. So this also will convert into length by using unitary method from here. 4 ohm has a length of, we can do unitary method as 4 ohm has a length of 100 centimeters. Therefore, what is the value of R given 5 ohm? So 5 ohm will have a length of how much? We'll calculate it. 100 by 4 into 5. So cancel it 4, 25 is a 125 centimeter. So this one is length, equal length is 125 centimeter. The length equivalent to this resistance is 125 centimeter. So we'll do the lengthwise. 6 upon, what is the total length? The 6 volt is connected across 100 here and 125 here. We'll take both of them into consideration. If this is not there, we will take only this. But this is also there, we have to convert into length and then we'll add this length and that length together. What is the total length this is connected to? We're at 100 plus 125 equal to this EMF is E and is connected across what length? Only 40. Is right? 40 only here. Now you calculate the answer. 40 into 6 is coming 240. This plus this we are adding, so 225 is the value of EMF. Now just calculate the answer using calculator. 240 divided by 225. 1.066. We are rounding off 1.067 volt is answer. So we will not forget this. This also will convert into the length and we'll do it by using unitary method. Had this been not there in the circuit, then we would have taken only 6 by this directly. Okay. Now this is answer. Now next question, write down. Another one. A potentiometer arrangement. A potentiometer arrangement. A potentiometer arrangement. A potentiometer arrangement, comma, used to measure. A potentiometer arrangement, comma, used to measure the EMF of a cell. Used to measure the EMF of a cell. EMF of a cell, right? E1 is shown in the figure. is shown in the figure. We stop. Right. AB is the potentiometer wire of length. AB, capital AB. AB is the potentiometer wire of length 100 centimeter, and resistance 5 ohm. Resistance 5 ohm. Full stop. The EMF E equal to 6 volt. The EMF E equal to 6 volt, and rheostat rheostat is adjusted to 5 ohm. Stop. If the null point is obtained, if the null point NuLL, if the null point is obtained at the point C, capital C, with AC equal to 7, adjusted at a point C, adjusted to 5 ohm, RH is adjusted to 5 ohm. After that you write, if the null point is obtained at C, with AC equal to 75 centimeter, comma, what is the EMF of E1 and the potential gradient of the wire, and potential gradient of the wire, Okay. And a figure is also given here in the question. There is a figure also given, so please copy it. Yeah. That is the figure given, and they are describing something. They are saying, no, the wire AB's length is how much given? 100 centimeter. You can write here 100 centimeter, comma 5 ohm. The length resistance of this wire is 5 ohm. Okay, now what do? We do it a simple way. We take 6 potential gradient we are making equal, right? 6 divided by what is the length across which this 6 volt is connected? This is 100 centimeter, and this also is there. What is the value of this? Because they are matching now 5 ohm, 5 ohm. 5 ohms length is how much? 100 centimeter. Here 5 ohm length will be writing equal to or equivalent to 100 centimeter directly. If it is some other value, then we would apply unitary method and we'll calculate. So just now let's 6 divided by 100 plus 100. EMF is E1 divided by the balancing with AC is given 75 here, 75. I'll add 75. And now we'll simply calculate the answer. This becomes 6 by 200, E1 by 75, and then E1 value will calculate. The answer will come 2.25 volt. Finished. Now they're asking find potential gradient. You can add here potential gradient or second part. Potential gradient. Potential gradient means voltage per unit length of the wire. What is the voltage here? And potential gradient is same everywhere. So we can do like this: 6 divided by 100 plus 100. We'll take 200. Then 200 means change in meter. They write 2 meters. 200 centimeter. Total length is 100 here and 100 here. Across this 6 volt is known. So 6 by 200 centimeter, which is same as 2 meter. While cancel 3 volt per meter will like 3 volt per meter, meter wise. We can do this also. After finding EMF, the EMF value is 2.25 divided by 75 centimeter will change in meter. 2.25 divided by 0.75. And now you calculate, answer will come the same. Because we know the potential gradient is same. Okay. Now write a question. Right. A potentiometer wire. A potentiometer wire having a potential gradient, a potentiometer wire having a potential gradient, 4 volt per meter, 4 volt per meter, balances a cell of EMF 1.5 volt. We stop. Find the balancing length. Find the balancing length. Find the balancing length. So what to do? Very simple. Potential gradient of the wire already given. Out here, how much is given potential gradient? 4 volt per meter, right? 4 divided by 1 meter. Other side, what is the EMF of the cell? 1.5 divided by how much, that we have to find length, balancing length we have to find. Now, we'll finish the answer now. It will come 1.5 divided by 4. Let us divide it and get the answer. This will give the answer 0.375, but answer will come in meter because this is meter, this will also come in meter. We can change it centimeter, it will become 37.5 centimeter. The answer. 37.5 centimeter. Okay. Now the next question. Okay. If the galvanometer in the given circuit, reads 0, if the galvanometer in the given circuit reads 0, comma, find the value of resistance R. Find the value of resistance R, capital R. Find the value of resistance R, capital R. Full stop. If cool air is blown across, across the wire wound resistor, across the wire wound resistors, comma, what will happen? This is 1 year ISC question, okay, and they are given the question like this. Here is the figure given. Wire wound resistors of resistance 10 kilo ohm given here. And they are asking you to find the value of this R. This is very simple. We'll do like this 12, nothing to do with the length. Question doesn't talk about the balancing length and all. So we'll do directly. 12 divided by the resistance will take V by R, and V by R will make you, because current value is same everywhere, because this one gives null deflection. What is the resistance for this 12 volt? How much is the resistance for this one? These two are in series. The total resistance is 10 plus this. I'll write a 10 plus R. This had 2 volts applied for 2 volt. What is the resistance? This is the only resistance, right? 2 divided by R. No answer will get. 2 ones are 2, 6 are no final answer. Now 6R is equal to 10 plus R. 5R is equal to 10. Therefore, R value is coming to, unit is same, kilo. This was kilo, so this also will come in kilo. Finished. Now the second part of question says, what will happen when cool air is blown across this 10 kilo ohm? When cool air is blown, that means temperature is decreased. What will happen? Resistance will also decrease suddenly. Then current will suddenly increase. That means current will fluctuate. Then current no longer will be steady. When current is no longer steady, then what will happen? The galvanometer will give deflection. That is, when cool air is blown, comma, the resistance of wire wound resistance, the resistance of the wire wound resistor will suddenly decrease causing fluctuation of current and deflection in the galvanometer This time the galvanometer, because current is no longer constant, current is fluctuating, so then they will not be balancing. That means the galvanometer now will give some deflection. Okay. Now we'll do one more question, then this chapter is over. Write on. A cell gives a balance. A cell gives a balance with 85 centimeters. A cell gives a balance with 85 centimeters of a potentiometer wire. With 85 centimeters of a potentiometer wire, we stop. When the terminal of the cell are shunted through, shunted through a resistance of 7.5 ohm, shunted through a resistance of 7.5 ohm, comma, 7.5 ohm, comma, a balance is obtained at 75 centimeters. A balance is obtained at 75 centimeters. 75 centimeters. We stop. Find the internal resistance of the cell. Find the internal resistance of the cell. You have to find the value of small r. So, you know the formula. R is equal to, small r formula we have already derived, L1 minus L2 by L2 into R. This formula, if you are not sure, we can write like this also. L1 by L2 minus 1 into R. That also we can write. It is the same thing. So L1 means the bigger length. The bigger length is given 85 and the shorter length is given 75. Minus 1 into R value is 7.5. Now you have to take LCM, and now 75 is LCM. 85 minus 75 will come 10 into 7.5. Answer will come 1. So 1 ohm. Finished. Internal resistance is coming 1 ohm. Okay. Now, just write on this part, put an asterisk and write on the last part. This is a bit of theory. Write on the sensitivity of a potentiometer. The sensitivity of a potentiometer can be increased. The sensitivity of a potentiometer can be increased by increasing the current, or by increasing the length of the wire, or by increasing the length of the potentiometer wire. Or by decreasing the potential gradient of the wire, or by decreasing the potential gradient of the wire. If they ask you to suggest one method, how can you increase the sensitivity? We can suggest any one of these methods, by increasing the current or by reducing the potential gradient. That is a better answer, or by increasing the length of the wire, because potential gradient will decrease when we have the larger length of the wire. So these are the methods of increasing the sensitivity of the potentiometer wire. So with this information, this electric circuit is also over. Potentiometer is also over. Maybe next time you can start optics, light. Yes, any queries, any questions, any doubts? V by R, because current is same, no, I is same, because I formula is V by R, no. Current is constant, no, throughout, because the galvanometer gives null deflection. So instead of writing the L out here, I write R, V by R, both the side equal. Because the resistance and length are directly proportional, no, that is the idea. If it is lengthwise, we like voltage upon the lengthwise we will do, and we call it potential gradient. And if it is resistance wise, I'll do voltage upon the resistance way. Okay. Yes, but in both the cases, the galvanometer has to give null deflection. Okay, if there is a galvanometer, then only the current will be constant. No, then the formula becomes applicable. Then only it is a potentiometer. Otherwise, it won't be a potentiometer. Yeah, any other clarification? You can ask like this only. This is good. All right, this much then, huh? Okay, okay, okay. See you the next day then.